Hello and welcome to the Super Expander podcast. My name is Corey Phelps, your host. I'm a business and life success coach, wealth mentor, clinical hypnotherapist, breathwork facilitator, growth and expansion expert, speaker, investor, serial entrepreneur, former fitness professional, mom, dog lover, sunshine chaser, and deep down inside, I'm a self-proclaimed foodie. I started my personal development journey shortly after the birth of my daughter. I found myself in a career that I was absolutely miserable in. I was asking myself questions like, there's got to be more to life than this. I was completely unwilling to settle for a mediocre existence. So I became obsessed with creating peak performance in humans and really learning what it takes to tap into our unharnessed potential. The last 10 years have been a crash course in self-love, business, community building, empowerment, becoming resourceful despite a lack of resources, learning how to build wealth. And it's really truly my mission now to help others discover their deeper purpose and potential, to become more conscious leaders, to take ownership of their own personal wealth, to access their untapped potential. I am here to support you in achieving more growth, more abundance, more wealth, to truly become super expanders. So sit back, tune in, and prepare to expand. Hello, gorgeous humans. How are you doing today? How are you? So today we're going to talk about intuition. I think this is such an important, powerful, potent, one of my favorite words, topic, because we all have access to our intuition, but we don't all listen to it. I actually feel like I have spent many, many years of my life playing a game of disproving or validating my intuition. I am a highly intuitive person, and I always have been. And that's not, if you're highly intuitive, I know that you know that that's not always widely accepted. And I started to learn that early on. And the other thing about your intuition and being highly intuitive, the messages that you get, the feelings that you get aren't always comfortable. They aren't always the easy road. And so we very often would prefer to not listen. But the thing about our intuition is it's never leading you down the wrong path. Well, so let's talk a little bit about intuition. What is intuition? How do you know it's your intuition that's talking to you? And how do you learn to turn the volume up on your intuition, to amplify it? So I, in my humble opinion, believe that our intuition is the direct dial-up to whatever it is that you believe in, whether it is that you believe in God, in the universe, in source power, whatever it is that you believe in, your intuition is a direct connection to that, literally flowing through you like a channel. And we all have it. And intuition can often be described as a gut feeling that like, ooh. Sometimes you notice these sensations within your body in different areas, in different regions when the messages are trying to come through. And we have two voices that play out in our head. One is the voice of our consciousness, our intuition, and the other is the voice of our our ego. And our ego is really that part of us that wants to keep us safe at all cost. It causes us to make up stories, create beliefs that lead us to playing small, to staying safe and in our comfort zone. And out of that fear of hurt, fear of rejection, fear of the past, and listening to that voice over and over, the volume on that voice starts to get turned up louder, and the intuition begins to slowly become softer and softer and softer, to a point where oftentimes it becomes almost unrecognizable. And it takes an element of practice to reconnect after years of doing that, of turning it down, of turning it off, to turning it back on and amplifying it, and really trusting that the downloads, the messages, the feelings that are coming through are really for us, that are leading us on this journey of an extraordinary life, because that's truly what happens when we tap into our intuition and listen to it. And the funny thing is that I believe that your intuition helps us to manifest our desires and dreams. And that's not the funny thing. But inside of that, the creation, the manifestation, and that is just what manifestation is bringing forth our desires into this physical world. Inside of manifesting this life, it is a sequence of events that you really can't make sense of until they've already happened. So you can't wait for the full picture to reveal itself before you decide to listen, to take the action, to do the things, to turn the volume up on your intuition, take the actions truly to create the sequence of events that in hindsight you will be able to make perfect sense of. It's not up to us to really know the how, to understand the how. Our life's work, this life's work of true growth, true evolution, requires us to go first, to just listen and do the thing, and trust that extraordinary is in the making. And by doing so, wow, it's just wow what happens, right? So what is the practice that you can start with in order to start turning that volume back up? So many things. And it's truly a practice. Have you ever felt stuck? Like something is blocking you from reaching your full potential? You feel like if only you had access to the tools to unlock your deeper purpose and potential, if you could surround yourself with a community of like-minded people on a similar growth journey, you're just ready to kick fear, doubts, imposter syndrome to the curb. Enter the Energetics Society, your premium membership to amplify and unlock your deeper purpose. The Energetics Society is a donation-based membership filled with healing modalities to help you build more wealth and more freedom inside your life, inside your business, all for the price you choose to pay. Inside the Energetic Society, you get to have it all: wealth, impact, success, connection, fulfillment. And all you have to do is text 202-918-3235. Again, text 202-918-3235. Send us the word wealth, and you will receive the link to join the donation-based membership of the Energetic Society straight to your cell phone today. So I'd suggest, beginning with some questions. When you're making decisions, when you get these feelings, when you hear that voice inside your head, asking questions of things like, does that voice come from a place of love, or is it rooted in fear? You see, your ego has a single mission, and it's to have everything under control. It needs to know where you're going, what's happening, who's going to be there, what's the plan. That's your ego. This trait does wonders for keeping you stuck, stagnant, and standing in the same place. But the problem is they're typically, and the goal of your ego, right, is to keep you safe. And typically when you're driving from this place, there really truly is no real threat. There's no real danger. And so it serves only to frustrate you, to lead us to mediocre existences, to stay in the safe zone. And greatness is not created in the safe zone. That is one thing that I know for sure. And the thing is, your intuition, it always knows better. It knows that control is an illusion. And so when we ask ourselves that question, your intuition is always pushing you from a place of love. And I said this earlier, but that doesn't mean that it's pushing you to do the thing that feels good in the moment. It's not necessarily pushing you to do the safe thing. It's not pushing you to do the easy thing, but it's pushing you to your next level. It's pushing you closer to greatness, to extraordinary. It's pushing you to a life beyond your wildest dreams. So another question I think is really powerful to ask is, does it give you a list of reasons, or does it simply just let you know the best way? That logical, ego-driven brain will usually roll out a laundry list of reasons of why. The ego is a very bossy, loud voice, so loud that it overshadows our intuition sometimes. Oftentimes, so loud that you don't even consider the possibility of it not being the truest voice. So if you hear a voice basically enumerating all of the reasons why you're going to fail or why your plan isn't the best option, that, my friends, that is your ego talking. On the other hand, if your intuition is talking to you, it'll show you signs, give you subtle messages. So it requires us to be paying attention, to be listening. Your intuition will give you the same consistent message over and over and over again. And oftentimes, this can look like a tiny little tap on your shoulder. And then if you don't listen, it might feel like a stone in your shoe. If you still don't listen, it might feel like a whack on your back. And if you still don't listen, it can feel like a giant boulder coming crashing down on your head, making everything in your world come to a screeching halt. That is what happens when we continuously ignore the messages and signs from our ego, or from our intuition, A question to add into your practice is, does this come from scarcity or abundance? Yes. Scarcity is definitely the work of our ego, and abundance is that of the intuition. When you're connected to your intuition, it feels like anything you set your mind to is possible. And why wouldn't it be? This world is a beautiful place, And there are so many opportunities, infinite opportunities at our fingertips once we open our eyes to see them. So you get to choose. You get to decide which voice is going to be the one you listen to, the one that you continuously bring awareness to, turning that volume up, amplifying it. I believe that the ego's voice sounds judgmental and controlling. And your intuition, the voice of your intuition, is wise and calm. It comes from a place of knowing, and oftentimes it just can't be explained. That inner knowing, and we have to learn to just deeply trust it. That is the voice of your consciousness, and that is the work of our life, is truly listening. And the more conscious we become of it, the more self-aware we become, the more we understand ourselves, the more we understand the greater world around us. And that's when these feelings of peace and ease and freedom get to be the predominant feelings that we experience. It's also what allows us to hold the energy and be able to walk with disappointment and the feelings, those hard feelings and emotions. It allows us to really practice emotional intelligence, to really connect with the world around us and to understand it. Intuition really is, it's not a conscious process. It's not a step-by-step process. It doesn't use logic. It doesn't use reason. It doesn't use common sense. You just know, and you're convinced you know what you know. That's really what intuition is and means. It can show up like these gut feelings, this little voice telling you it's a hunch. Follow that. Follow those things. That's how you start to turn the volume up. That's how you practice. That's how you develop your intuition. Some other ways that you can do that is just finding a way to get still, to breathe, to meditate, and pay attention. Those sorts of things allow us to strengthen and recognize when our intuition is bubbling up and leading us. It's something that we practice inside of the Energetic Society, and really the gateway to such a powerful modality of consistently connecting with your intuition is through hypnobreath work, which is something that we do often inside of the Energetic Society, inside of my one-to-one coaching containers. If you haven't experienced it, you should reach out, and we should create some magic, allowing you to elevate and amplify that voice, that divine voice inside of you, meant to lead you on this journey of building an extraordinary life. And that's a wrap, my friends. I love you, and I'll catch you on the other side. If you like what you heard, stop, drop, and leave a 5-star review and hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. And as always, sharing is caring, so snap a pic and share this episode with another super expander.